are in the world. My name is Ross Gale. I'm the Vice President and Director of Acquisitions at International Process Plants based in New Jersey, United States. Welcome to the presentation, and I hope all of you are keeping safe and healthy. I believe the slide should be in front of you now. If someone from the event side can confirm the slides in front of the viewers. Today's presentation, we're going to be talking about reducing project cost and environmental impact using secondhand equipment, process systems, and process plants in those projects. So in 2021, there's constant pressure from management, board members, and investors in companies to decrease project costs, to widen the project scope while increasing the rate of return, decreasing carbon impact, and the question is always, why is the project not completed yet? So it's a constant squeeze from both a time, a cost, and carbon impact perspective today. So it seems like mission impossible, as you can see on the screen here, just like the movie. But I'm here today to show you how IPP can help you to get equipped for the future through our own company's evolution. Our business was established in 1978 as a used equipment dealer, a secondhand equipment dealer. And today we have evolved into being a plant solution people company to help our customers get equipped for the future for their own growth. We've changed our business model to be more of a consultative approach to help our customers save time, save money, and do more. So our group includes three companies that I'm going to talk about today. The first one is International Process Plants, our main parent company that buys and sells secondhand used equipment, systems, and plants. And then also our sister company, Universal Glass Steel Equipment, UGE, which is a former partnership between IPP and Fowler, the OEM of glass line steel equipment. Then we have a second section of our business, which is equipment reconditioning and rebuilding services, specifically for compressors and turbines and glass line steel equipment. So the compressors and turbine division is Universal Turbo Machinery Equipment based in Poland, and UGE is based in the US and in Romania, where we perform reconditioning and rebuilding, reglassing of glass-lined equipment, both owned by UGE as stock inventory and equipment that is owned by our customers with the reglassing, reconditioning services performed as a service. So our business is basically into three main areas. The first one is we buy and sell the complete used process plants. And when we provide a used process plant to our customer, the savings is 70% of the new equipment and engineering cost. The other advantage is reduced plant implementation time. We can save you up to 50% of the total project implementation time as compared with building a brand new plant. And the plants that we provide are proven technologies. They could be 10 or 15 or 20 years old of proven records of the plant. We have operating records, maintenance records, reliability records, conversion records that can be translated to your new site and achieve the same results. That part of our business with the used complete plants, we have about 100 plants that we own or control on a global basis in the industries which I'll mention on my upcoming slide. The second part of our business is we sell process systems, including all engineered drawings, the structural steel, interconnecting piping, valves, instruments, ancillary equipment, and that savings is 50% the cost of a new process system, and that equipment can be delivered and installed with a time savings of 85% of the cost of the time of installing a brand new plant. And the third part of our business is we have individual pieces of good used, unused, and reconditioned equipment that are immediately available from our stockyards. We have immediate delivery on nearly 15,000 major pieces of process equipment, and that equipment can be purchased on a used basis at 50% the cost of new. We have many different categories of equipment, which I'll mention a little bit later, but things such as reactors and dryers and filters, generators, centrifuges, distillation columns, compressors, generators, boilers, chillers, evaporators, all different types of process equipment for the chemical industries. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about environmental impact. When a plant that is shut down is decommissioned or demolished, for example, there's a very severe environmental impact, which we're actually in the process of studying at this current moment. The cost and the environmental cost of the dismantling and demolition efforts for a plant that's being scrapped are significant. You have a lot of heavy equipment that's used in the demolition. You have a lot of transportation of waste materials and scrap materials. The actual handling of the material at the scrap facilities before it becomes transferred by ship or by truck to steel mills. And at the steel manufacturing plant, 1.8 tons of carbon dioxide is emitted into the atmosphere per 1 ton of steel. So it's a pretty significant environmental impact. That's a representative photo of a steel mill to show the emissions. But that's not the end of the environmental impact of taking a factory and demolishing it. The environmental impact continues with new equipment, new machinery, new material handling. When steel is fabricated at a steel mill, it often becomes transferred to different fabricators who convert the material into tank plate, who then transport the material to intermediary parties, and finally they get transported to the fabricator that makes the final fabricated equipment. Whether it's a tank or a column or a generator compressor, the equipment still needs to be fabricated and then transported to the end user. And the transportation has a significant environmental impact every step of the way. So by purchasing a secondhand facility and dismantling it and reinstalling it in a new facility, there's many less steps and much less carbon impact. And we're actually in the process of studying quantifying what that amount is. So as I mentioned, our company, we're active in every industrial market segment. We have over 120 complete process plants that we own or control in the petrochemical, polymers, chemical, specialty chemical, industrial chemical, fine chemical, refining, fertilizer and agricultural chemicals, biologics, pharmaceutical and food processing, power generation, pulp and paper, metals and minerals processing, high-tech chemicals, and mining industries. In our process systems and process unit operations, a lot of times we are buying and selling plants where the current process that's being used to make that product may not be viable anymore. For example, maybe a synthetic photographic chemicals business, but the unit operations and process systems are applicable to other industries. So for example, there may be a silver catalyst process within a synthetic photographic chemicals plant. There may be a solvent recovery distillation unit. Those process systems and unit operations we provide to our customers for relocation to other projects. And those systems include things like reaction, rectification, absorption, adsorption, extraction, crystallization, filtration, purification, distillation, separation, drying, and steam energy utility sections of plants. And those we can, as I mentioned, provide with a significant time savings and cost savings. The cost savings would be 50% the cost of new, and the time savings is 85% the amount of time it would take to design and build a new plant, because the engineering information is already available and the equipment is already fabricated and instantly available to be transferred to your site. And the third section in more detail here is individual process equipment. So we have about 20,000 major pieces of process equipment, 15,000 in our stockyards, and another 5,000 still installed in plants that we are in the process of selling process equipment and system out of. Many of the equipment that we have available in our stockyards is new and unused equipment from canceled projects. There are from time to time projects that don't move forward into implementation, and they're kind of canceled in the middle of equipment delivery. We purchase those equipment and we keep them in our stock for resale to our customers. We have various materials of construction of our equipment, all kinds of high alloys, as I mentioned earlier, glass lined and different lined equipment in all the different product categories. As you can see here, just some examples of equipment that we have, and these are pretty much all high alloy, with the exception of the turbine generator on the left side of the slide. We provide equipment from virtually every major original equipment manufacturer, with DIN standard, with ASME standard for our North American customers, and we can sell the equipment around the world. We have experience with importing ASME standard equipment into Europe, and for DIN standard or TÜV equipment into the U.S. market, helping our customers to ensure they have the proper documentation for certification in the different geographies. We also have significant experience with getting U.S. ASME or National Board equipment approved into Canada for a CRN number to be operated in Canada. As you can see at the bottom of the slide here, just a short list of some of the major OEM manufacturers that we have equipment that was originally provided and designed by those manufacturers. So for UGE's equipment reglassing business, it's a very interesting model that we offer to our customers that is not performed by any OEM as quickly as we can. And the reason is we actually keep our glass-lined equipment in stock. We have very common sizes of vessels and accessories like agitators and shafts and drive systems to immediately deliver equipment to you with significantly lower prices compared to new builds, along with a brand new style 1-year warranty on new glass, all designed in accordance with your process requirements and in accordance with the OEM design standards. We can provide that service to you for your equipment, and we can also provide our in-stock reglassed equipment from our facility in Romania and our facility in South Carolina. So as I mentioned, we have baffles, agitators, protection rings, covers and manways, thermal wells, all in our stock, which have been reglassed or are good used pieces of equipment. Most of that equipment is immediately available, except in the occasion when we have to perform some rebuilding of equipment that we have in stock or customer equipment. And our lead times are very competitive. And then we can touch on our UTE business. UTE is universal turbo machinery equipment. We can rebuild and revamp, expand the capacity, increase the efficiency of steam turbines and centrifugal compressors. Our workshop is located in Poland, and we work with all the major OEMs to revamp equipment for the steam turbine and centrifugal compressor applications. Our company has worldwide operations in 14 countries around the world. Our head office is in Princeton Junction, New Jersey, just between Philadelphia and New York. We welcome you for a visit once the pandemic is over, and look forward to the opportunity to continue to do business with our great customers who are attending the show that we normally have a chance to visit in Frankfurt every few years. This is just an overview of our warehouse and workshops. We have workshops in South Carolina, United States, in New Jersey, in Europe. We have in Billingham, in the United Kingdom. We have Bitterfeld, Germany, facility and workshop, and Făgăraș, Romania, which is where we perform most of our reglassing. So let us know how we can help you accomplish your project goals under budget and quickly while reducing your carbon footprint. I really appreciate your time. We like to take a very consultative approach to help our customers grow their businesses. And if we can understand what your strategic goals are over the next year or 5 years, and we can help you implement them with a secondhand plant, a secondhand process system, or individual pieces of equipment, we would be very delighted to help you. As long as we understand what your needs are, we can put our own effort in to achieve your desired results. Thanks very much, and have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be pleased to answer them.